Pete Dougherty from the Times-Union every Friday morning on Big Board Sports as we run down the picks that will appear in the Times-Union as we get to week number 2 of the NFL season. This has been going on for a very, very long time, and Pete and I are the only two that have been there from the very beginning. And Pete Dougherty for a few minutes here on the Friday show on Big Board Sports. Good morning, Pete.
Good morning, Roger. You think after all those years you'd be a little better at it, huh?
Yeah, listen, I've been at the bottom, I've been at the middle. I don't know that I've ever won the thing outright. And how many years have you and I been doing this together with whomever is on the other stations, whomever is writing for you or working at your paper? How many years has this been going on?
I think this is the 17th year. It's either 16 or 17, so it's been a while.
Wow, 16, 17 years. So when you get the Times-Union on Sunday, you open it up. How many are on the panel this year?
We still have 8, 4 writers, 4 TV people, and we already have a 9-game lead, Roger.
It's ridiculous. Chris, you got to help out, man. A 9-game lead by the Times-Union over the TV gang already after week number 1. What's up with that? That's ridiculous.
I can't help you.
Seriously, we need your help. That's the problem. All right, Pete, let's crank it up here for week number 2 as we run down the picks. These are without the point spread, so you're just picking the overall winner straight up, and we get cranking here on a Friday morning. We'll segue right into Freddie Coleman from ESPN at the bottom of the hour and his reaction to last night's Thursday night game, and then week 2. And Pete, I only think one person in the panel actually had the Houston Texans winning in Cincinnati.
Yes, Marissa Jacks did have Houston. It's one of the games you shouldn't have to pick. Cincinnati's a pretty bad team. The way the Texans looked, I didn't think that they would have a quarterback that could win the game. I guess they won it with their defense. So you're only 8 games back down to the 9.
Yeah, and Deshaun Watson started, had about a 48, 49-yard touchdown run. Other than that, that was a pretty boring Thursday night game. All right, I'm going to give you 2 road teams right away as I pick winners. I've got Baltimore at home beating Cleveland, Carolina at home beating Buffalo. You good with both those?
I do, and I would think those would be unanimous with the panel.
And how about Arizona going on the road at Indianapolis? Who do you like there straight up, Pete?
Indianapolis might be the worst team. The Jets going to have some competition for that first pick unless Andrew Luck gets back. I think you got to pick against Indianapolis until Luck is back, so I got Arizona big.
I'm with you on that. All right, 2 home teams back-to-back for me here, and that is Jacksonville at home to beat Tennessee and Kansas City at home to beat Philadelphia.
Wait a minute. You have the Jaguars beating the Titans?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
This is one of the folks behind the Times-Union people. That's a Tennessee victory. They're a better team. They're the best team in that division, I think. Right now, with Houston struggling at quarterback, I like Tennessee, even though it's on the road.
Chris, you know I would pick Jacksonville, don't you?
Yeah, he's not coaching the team.
I don't care. He's calling all the shots. I'm talking about Tom Coughlin, my man. All right? I love Coughlin. You love him, too.
I do.
He gave us a nice interview after the Super Bowl in Indianapolis. And
I don't love his quarterback.
Well, definitely don't love his quarterback either. But I did pick Jacksonville. Kansas City at home. Philadelphia played really well last week, though. All right, I've got New England bouncing back. I'm not 1,000% sure of this, but I have them bouncing back, straight up winning in New Orleans.
By the way, I like Sean McDermott, too, but I'm not picking the Bills this week. So just because you like Tom Coughlin doesn't mean you have to think the Jaguars are going to go 16-0. Yes, I like New England to bounce back, although I wouldn't be stunned if they're 0-2. That's not an easy place to play, and the Saints are going to be a little mad after last week, but you can't pick against the Patriots.
We have Don Banks coming up at 11 a.m., who covers the New England Patriots, joins the program. More inside info. I want to find out what's going on with our boy Deion Lewis, too. Is he going to get some playing time this year? Where is he at on the depth chart? All right, I've got 2 home teams back-to-back winning, and then a road team winning. I got Pittsburgh at home beating Minnesota, Tampa at home beating Chicago, and then Miami going on the road and beating the L.A. Chargers.
I think I like the first 2. I think the home teams are the better teams in those situations. I like the Chargers at home. I think they're a pretty good team. You don't know what Miami, because they didn't play last week because of Hurricane Irma, so you don't know what to expect. It's a hard game to pick. I like the Chargers because they're home.
I assume you like Oakland home to beat the Jets, right? We can quickly agree on that?
That would be a good survivor pool pick for anybody. That's one of 2 lopsided games, along with ones you're coming up here in a minute.
All right, here's a good game. Dallas Cowboys at the Denver Broncos. I went with the home team, Denver.
I went with Dallas. They impressed me. I still think Dallas is not going to be nearly as good as they were last year, but I think early on that they will win some games. I'm not sure about Denver yet. I didn't see enough Monday night. That let me think that they're going to challenge Kansas City out in the AFC West.
All right, let's round it out. 3 games here. I got and then we get to the Monday nighter. Washington, I have them winning, Pete, at L.A. against the Rams. And then I've got Seattle at home beating San Francisco. And sorry, Chris, I took Atlanta straight up to beat Green Bay, mainly because we'll give them a little bit of advantage because the game's in Atlanta.
Well, again, if I wind up being right, you guys are going to fall further behind. I do. Obviously, Seattle's another good survivor pick. I like Green Bay over Atlanta, even though it's in Atlanta. It's a Sunday night game and a lot of atmosphere. But I just like the Packers. I think they're a better team. And I took Dallas over. I already said, what was the other game?
Washington and the Rams.
Washington. I like the Rams. I like the way they look. Washington. I think it's going to be turning into a disappointment pretty quickly, which is good news for Giants fans since they're in the same division. I could be wrong. I don't feel real strong about that pick, but I took the Rams.
Well, there's going to be some separation between Pete Dougherty and Roger Weiland. I can tell you that right now. We disagree on a lot. Chris, who do you seriously if you were a straight up pick, no points, and we'll do points with this game? Your team, Green Bay, at Atlanta, straight up.
I think this game will resemble the regular season meeting much more than it does the NFC Championship game from a year ago. Green Bay's healthy on defense this time around. That said, first game ever for the Falcons in their new building, prime time. I don't think the Falcons are going to win that division, but I still would pick Atlanta to win that game. But as Pete pointed out, the atmosphere is probably off the charts.
Final stop, Pete Dougherty. Monday night, I'm taking the Giants to win over Detroit. I don't feel great about the pick. Something tells me Odell will make his way onto the field, even though he threw out the 6-8 thing. Regardless, I think the Giants play a lot better and get to 1-1 on Monday night.
If Odell does not play, this could have all the excitement of last night's game. I could certainly see another 10-9, 13-9 type game in this. I did pick the Giants. I just think they're a better team. They do play a little better at home, and I still like that defense. They just got to find a way to score some points.
If you get more than 3, please. And block somebody offensive line. Chris, straight up, Giants Monday night, you like them at home? Straight up.
I mean, I hate to do disclaimer. Is Beckham playing or isn't he? I don't think he's going to play.
Straight up.
I will take the Giants straight up.
Giants straight up.
But I don't feel good about that at all.
No, I don't either. We'll see what happens. This Odell thing is making everybody crazy. Pete, always a pleasure. Have a great weekend. Thanks for the picks. We'll read them in the Times Union every Sunday.
Okay, Roger. Look forward to talking to you next week.